Shanti. Thank you, ji. Om Shanti. We had been talking of vrittis. Sometimes people talk of the importance of outlook and attitudes. They say you cannot change the events, but you can change your attitudes. Moreover, your behavior depends upon your attitudes. If a person behaves with us very rudely, roughly, impolitely, we say your attitude is not good. So, this word vritti has included in it all this: outlook, attitude, intention, motive, mood, all these together in one, vritti. As I said earlier, man is as his vrittis. Each one in this world is acting according to his vritti. Of course, we sometimes mention drishti, our outlook and attitude, but the basic to them all is the vritti. So we had mentioned a number of vrittis. Now some others which were left, I will take them up. One, for example, is nischintita vritti, where a person does not have anxiety, no worry. There are some people who are always happy, whatever happens. Va drama va, va baba va. So they have this kind of a state of mind. Vritti also determines our state of mind. It is drama, they enjoy it. But they always are happy whatever happens. And therefore they don't worry. Why they don't worry? Why? The reason is they know whatever is happening is the result of our actions, our past actions. Whether we will it or not, it will happen. It has to come. Now, whether you accept it with a happy mind or you accept it with a sad mind, but you have to accept it because they are there. You can't remove them, it is beyond your control. Certain things do happen in spite of your best efforts and your wishes to the reverse. The hurricane came, the storm came. In Taiwan, the earthquake came. No one had control over it. People had built certain hotels at a very high cost. They had multi-storied buildings with the modern amenities, post-modern equipments. But all of them fell en bloc, the whole of them together. They fell to the ground. They had no control. So there are many things which may be wish otherwise, but they happen as they happen. You have no hold over them. There are sisters and brothers who come to the institution. They like this knowledge very much and they have a lot of love for Baba. They have great desire to march forward on the spiritual path, and they also want at the same time that their other family members also benefit by this knowledge. So they make all their attempts. Someone making attempts for the father, another one for the mother making efforts for the child, that this person also may come close to Baba. But in spite of their best wishes, the person doesn't. What can be done? So there are many things which are not to your liking, which are against your wishes, contrary to your efforts. What can you do? Should you be sad? Should we make our life miserable because of them? Should we worry? Have anxiety? No. Always be happy. The first slogan in our life, we listen to so many slogans, at least one slogan every day, at the end of the Murli. But one main important slogan, which we always should have written on our forehead or scribed in our heart, is be always happy. That is the life of a yogi, always happy. And Baba says, Nishchay wala nischint. What is the sign of Nishchay? The faith. Nishchay means the faith. What is the sign of faith? If I say I have faith in Baba's knowledge, I have faith in God, I have faith in me, I have faith in Brahma, and so on. But at the same time I worry. What will be the result of this? What will happen tomorrow? What will be my future? If one or the other kind of worry I have in my life, that in itself is a proof that I don't have faithful. So they always write faithfully, yours faithfully. We should be Baba's faithful, not half faith or 1/3 faith and 3/4 faithless, you see. No, full faith. And if we have full faith, the sign of it will be that we will have no worry. Baba will take care of it. Whatever will be happening will be to the best of our advantage, beneficial for us. It is the ending phase of the drama. We have to repay for what we have been doing. So why worry? It has to happen. It has to happen. You can't avoid. Make your efforts, try your best. But whatever happens, what you say? Drama. Baba. So, Nishchay wala nischint, you see. And Baba says, Nishchay Atma Vijayati. One who has faith, he is victorious. This is another sign of a person who has full faith. Anyone who has full faith will come out victorious. Brave only can be victorious, not the weak people who have the courage, who have the daring. What do we mean by it? We have to face the storms in life, the trials and tribulations. They will come. So we remain unmoved. A yogi remains unmoved in front of them all. There are people, if a rat enters their house, now the rat is passing near the foot, that person jumps out of fear. Oh, rat, rat, rat. You see, they are so afraid of a rat, which is Ganpati Savari, you know. They are afraid of the small rat. What to say of lion and other things, you see. So if they are afraid even of a small rat, what would you say? That means there is a fear in their mind. An Urdu poet has said, मौत का एक दिन मुअय्यन है, मौत का एक दिन मुअय्यन है, नींद फिर क्यों शब भर नहीं आती. He says, death has to come one day. Then why can't you sleep? You see, it has to come anyway. Why can't you sleep without anxiety? Sleep. They say sound sleep. I would say soundless sleep. Because if you make sound while asleep, others will be disturbed, you know. So, this is what happens. I don't know why they call sound sleep, you see. It is something wrong, you know, to breathe from the nostrils and to breathe out and in, you see. Nostrils are not made for this, for doing pranayama even during the night, you see. In this polluted atmosphere of Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore, Madras, to breathe, you see. So what I was saying was, Nishchay wala nischint. Anyone who has full faith would be without any worry. They say three are the causes of man's disease: hurry, worry, and curry. You see. Hurry. If you are always in a hurry, never feel relaxed, you rush up in a rat race, so you will have heart attack one day. And there is a problem. Work very earnestly, zealously, with efficiency, but it does not mean that you should have always hurry, you see, and worry. They say it is never the work, but the worry that kills a man. Man, we have never heard died of work, but we have heard number of times men die because of worry. And curry, whether it be Sindhi curry, Punjabi curry, Multani curry, you see, whatever curry you eat, if you add so many spices and so many things and make it so tasty but unhealthy, unhygienic, not fit for human consumption, having lost all the vitamins and other nutrients, so that kind of curry. These three are the causes of disease, you see. So, we should never have worry. Nishchay wala nischint. Nishchay wala nischint. Nishchay wala nischint. I have full faith in Baba. I will never worry. Why should I? He is almighty. He is my beloved Father. He will take care of me. Even in Laukik, you know, in our worldly matters, if there is a small child and his father is a big man, a VIP, with lot of influence, with the resources, monetary and others, so he does not worry. He says, whatever happens, my father will take care of it, you see. In our case, we have absolutely no cause for worry because we are children of Him who is the greatest, the mightiest, the holiest, the kindest, the most merciful, not merciful, most merciful. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. In the Quran they say, God the merciful. He is merciful. We perhaps have not experienced this number of times how merciful He is. We have been sinning, and even then He says, my sweet children. Other people would curse us. They would condemn us. They would say, we taught you a number of times, but you don't listen. And we ourselves confess, Main Murak Kal Kami. You see, Kripa Karo Bharta, Main Murak. If somebody says you are Murak, you are stupid, you know. So I will say, hold your tongue. You have no right to say, I am Murak. But I myself have the right to say, I am Murak. Not only am I stupid fellow, as stupid as a donkey, you see what they say. Not only Murak, but Khal. Khal means wicked. Wicked. One who has lot of viciousness, crookedness in the mind. And Kami, whose desires are endless, who is as sexy as a dog, you see. Go God, I am such a fellow. So you have to be merciful on me. You can save me. Otherwise I am here, up to here in quagmire. No one can take me out. I am drowned, you see. So he is the merciful one. My children, beloved ones, sweet children, my lovely children, I love you, he says. We may be dirty brutes, but still he says we love you. He loves us. Can you imagine? You see. So he is merciful. When such a father we have, what is the worry? Why at all we worry? You see. Even a slight trace of worry in our mind shows we have that much of faithlessness in our mind. So nischintata, nischinta vritti, worryless state of mind, which in positive terms means happy state of mind. Constant happiness, not this worldly kind of happiness when a person has high status, lot of wealth, good building to live in, all the other amenities and facilities, not that kind of happiness, but bliss. They say I am as happy as in the seventh heaven. Seventh heaven. They have mentioned a number of heavens. In the Quran it is mentioned 5 heavens. 5 asman, you know. But in the Bible 7 heavens. You see. 5 heavens or 7 heavens. But a yogi is always in heaven. You see. Maybe even in the 9th heaven which they don't have. You see. Higher than that. So we are, our feet are on earth, but our mind is there, you see, with Shiv Baba, the highest one. So nischintata vritti. Then another is sneha vritti. Sneha vritti. Never should we be touched by any hatred. It's very difficult. There are people who provoke you, irritate you, they work against you, they criticize you, they talk ill of you. To many people they defame, they tell them that you are a bad man, you see. They put allegations against you, blaspheme you, whatever they do, whatever happens, even then you love them, you like them. Baba says, the bhaktas, the devotees have been saying, Paramatma thikkar bhittar sab mein hai. God is everywhere. He is even in the stone, in the dust, in the rubbish, you see. Everywhere means that in the most nasty thing, stenchy thing, the worst of things, God is there also. So what does it mean? They have been defaming. But even then, he has been giving them visions of their tutelary head, of their Isht, the god or goddess whom they worship. He has been kind even to bhaktas. If they have been praying to God to give them something, and with great devotion, making some sacrifices, God even appears unto them. And people mistake it. You know Dhanna Bhagat? There is a story of Dhanna Bhagat. Many Bhagats. We do not know what kind of Bhagat we were in Bhakti Marg, you see. But each one of us was a Bhagat. Bhagat means Thagat, you see. one who deceives others, because outwardly he is a Bhagat, muh mein Ram Ram, bagal mein churi, you see. So Bhagat, that is the same. Very big mark on the forehead. What do you Dhanna Bhagat? What did Dhanna Bhagat do? He used to worship a statue, an idol, an image of God. God according to him, you see, so-called God. He worshipped and worshipped for a number of years, day and night, and did much for it. But he could not have a vision of it. So he was frustrated. He became very angry one day. Angry at whom? Angry at God, you see. He said, what do you mean? As if God is before him, he said, what do you mean? If today you don't appear, I'll see, you see. So he just went and worshipped that idol. God did not appear. So he kicked the idol. With his leg, with his foot, he kicked it. Aata hai ki nahi? You see. Where are you? Why are you hiding? He told God, come. If you don't come, you see, like the small baby, he tells his father, I want motorcycle on my birthday, you see. And if the father says, no, you can't drive a motorcycle, the traffic in Delhi is so dangerous. At some place the cow is crossing the road. At other place another man is crossing the road. People don't keep to right or left, they go anywhere, berserk, you see. Like a mad elephant. They go on the roads. My dear son, no bike, you see. Later on I get you a car. So he kicks the cup, the plate, the glass, the table, whatsoever comes before him, even the cat and the dog, the pets in his house, he kicks them also without any fault of the big cat and the dog. He kicks. Why? I want this, you must get. It's my birthday, you see. So also Dhanna Bhagat, name is also Dhanna Bhagat. Dhanya Maharaj, he was very strange, you see. So he kicked, and they say God appeared. You see, the one whom he worshipped, whosoever it was, God of his own conception, it appeared before him, it appeared to him as if he had a vision of it. So even when someone is angry, he is the merciful. Therefore they mistake. They think that whom they have been worshipping was real God, though it was not God. But since this man was very fond of him, loved him, prayed to him, and had observed so many fasts and did so much in order to see him, so he appeared in the form in which he wanted, not his real form. So they mistake. They either think that God can appear in any form, or they think that the God whom they worship, he is the God. So that happens. So God even loves even those who even do not love him, who even hate him, who are the most hardcore atheists. Even them he loves. He is the Father. I say I give inheritance. He says I give inheritance to all. All are my children whom I love. So also when we follow him, whatever happens, we should never hate. The color of our eyes should not change. The stance of our looks should not change. When a person appears before us, we should not have this kind of a thought in our mind, he is my enemy, my adversary, my rival. He wants to usurp whatever I have. Never a yogi, a real yogi, a high-class yogi has this kind of a thought. He loves all. So sneha vritti, always have sneha vritti, the loving attitude, the mood of loving, the outlook and attitude of love. Love is the basic quality of the soul, of God. This is what distinguishes him from all the other souls. At no point of time is God without love. So also, now that we know God, we have been able to understand His attributes, His epithets. We should try our best. As I said, it is a very difficult task to bear with those people who are like thorns, who prick us all the time. To love them is a great task. But this is our effort, the spiritual effort of a yogi. So, sneha vritti, this is another vritti. We'll take up the other ones later. Thank you. Om Shanti. Our intentions, our moods, our states of mind, our outlook, our attitudes, all of these intertwined into one, combined into one. And we had already mentioned some of them. Now we take another one. One is paropkar vritti. Paropkar vritti. Beneficent, benevolent attitude. That we have concern not only for our own well-being, but also for others. We are not selfish. A charge is levied against Indian religions, Buddhism, Jainism, Hinduism, that they are individualistic. They mind their own betterment and they do not think of others. We want mukti, liberation, each one for himself or herself. They are not concerned with the liberation or salvation of others. So they say they are individualistic. This is not paropkar. They don't think of others. Always to mind the betterment of others, to be benevolent toward them, generous toward them, feel concerned for them, do something for them, and not for our own selves only. Because many social scientists have said that man is selfish by nature. Actually, this is wrong. Man is not selfish by nature. As of today, our nature is selfish, no doubt. As other vices have entered into us, so also selfishness also is there. But we can't say that since the beginning of golden age, man has been selfish. No. We have been having self-interest. We also wanted good things for ourselves. That is but natural. But not that we want to exploit others for our own sake. So benevolence, beneficence, to be doing something good for others should be our outlook, our attitude. A yogi, a Raj Rishi, a Brahma Kumar, a Brahma Kumari, anyone who has love for God has love for the children of God also. Therefore, if a person has love for the children of God, what in practice will happen? They will think of the well-being of others also. So this should be our vritti. Paropkar vritti, Paramartha vritti. Paramartha vritti is a bit different from Paropkar vritti. Paramartha means not only laukik, not only mundane or worldly, but otherworldly, transcendental. That is different. But Paropkar vritti, upkar. Baba says you should do upkar even to apkari. Apkari par bhi upkar karo. You should be kind even to those people who are unkind to you, who have been unfair to you, who have been not nice to you. They tease you, they cause pinpricks to you, create problems for you, they defame you. Even such people also should receive benefit from you. You should have something to give to them. If nothing else, then at least kindness. Kindness costs nothing. They say you can kill a person with kindness. Have you heard about it? To kill a person with kindness, you see. Be so kind, so kind, so kind to a person that the other person is killed. What does it mean? He is ashamed. He feels that you have been so nice, so gracious, so I surrender. This should happen. Even if you want somebody to agree to what you want, the best way is be kind to that person, gracious to that person. God is kind. Even when we talk to other people who are great, saintly people, we say, Aapki nazar-e-inayat chahiye. We want your kind looks on us. Nazar se nihal kar dijiye. You see, you have your gracious looks on us. That is what we say. So kindness, they say, costs nothing. If you can't do anything, at least do this. They say a person went to a grocer, someone who used to sell small household things necessary for our kitchen and so on. So he asked him to give him some sugar. He said, I want to eat something. I have a chapati, but I don't have something to eat chapati with. So can you give me some candy, some sugar? So he picked up his stick and said, go away from here. He showed him that he would hit him with the stick if he doesn't go, you see. That man who was poor, who had nothing to eat, you see, with his chapati, he said to this man, Arre bhai, gud nahi dete to mat do. Gud jaisa meetha to bolo. You see. If you can't give me sugar, doesn't matter. You can say, I don't want to give you. But at least you can speak as sweet as sugar. That doesn't cost anything, isn't it? So should be our attitude, our behavior, even to such people who are utterly selfish, most selfish people, who never cooperate with us, never help us. You may be helping them in their time of need, again and again. You stand by them in their times of adversity. When they feel lonely, when there is no one to take care of them, even then you go and show your sympathy. You have been so nice, but in your hour of need, they turn their face in the opposite direction, as if they don't know you. They are such people. Even to such people, you should be nice. That is what Paropkar vritti is. And if someone has done any good to you in the whole of your life, even a little bit of good to you, some kind of kind act, never forget it. Never forget it. Baba never forgets about it. Those children who have been in the yajna in the early days, who gave some kanadana, made some little contribution, either by in the form of their money or physical labor or even goodwill, Baba always helps them. He never forgets them. He says, invite my such children also. He remembers them. If they come even today, after having left the institution for a number of years, he welcomes them, like Good Samaritan, you know. So, Paropkar Vritti, it has no limits. How broad your mind should be. This itself develops us. It's not that we are obliging somebody, that we are doing some favor to somebody. It is for our own benefit, for our own development of personality. That is one of the topics which nowadays people discuss very much in seminars and so on. Development of personality. This is essential, this aspect of personality. So gracious. Never be unfair, impolite, discourteous. Always behave in a very nice, graceful way, you see. That kind of attitude. And another vritti is ekagra vritti. Ekagra vritti. The opposite of this is chanchal vritti. Some people are very sportive. Their mind gets scattered. They are uncontrollable. Their mind does not stop at one thing. It jumps from one thing to another thing. They are not able to hold their mind on anything for some time, as they wish. The mind drags them in whichever direction it wants. They can't peg the mind to somewhere and have a hold over it. So hold your mind. To hold the tongue is something perhaps more easy. But holding the mind, what is meditation? What is yoga? Holding our mind. What you say, control of mind. What do you mean by that? That you have a focus and you concentrate your mind there. Therefore, some people talk of concentration of mind. They say silence is the greatest power. What happens in silence is that your mind is not jumping from branch to branch, but on the other hand, it holds on to something so that it is able to get at some result. Do some useful research. Think of a good idea. Invent something. Make some discovery. All the discoveries that have been made, which have made life comfortable and given us so many contrivances, machines, gadgets, and so on, it is because those people who did it, they were able to control their mind, hold their mind on a particular topic. And many wrong things which have been done. If we read the history of mankind, we find many wrong decisions taken by political leaders, economic leaders, the wrong policies which they decided, the wrong direction which they gave to the people of their country, their community, or their political party, you see, was because their mind was disturbed. And their mind being depressed or disturbed, they were not able to hold the mind on something. So, holding the mind, achal vritti. Ekagra vritti is also achal vritti. There are some sisters who, when they came to this institution, their name was Chanchal, you see. There is a sister in Punjab. When she came to the institution, she was known by the name Chanchal. That is the name given to her by her parents, you see. Very naughty, not controllable. But Baba gave the name Achal to that person, Achal. So ever since Baba gave that name, really that person became Achal, you see. Maybe that earlier also the person was Achal, but the parents had given the wrong name, you know. Sometimes parents give the name Nan Sukh. Nan Sukh means that his eyes are of comfort to him. He has the good eyes and good eyesight. But the man may be blind, you see. The person may be blind from the very time of birth. But the parents have given the name Nan Sukh, you see. The opposite of it. Now, Achal, which is opposite to Chanchal. The whole turmoil in the society, all the problems in the society are because of those people who are of Chanchal Vritti, disturbed people. They never stop at one thing. They always think of something naughty, you see, wrong things, bad things. And yoga, as I said, is making the mind achal, you see, sthiryam, sthirvritti, that your mind does not waver. You have a great determination. Whatever you think, you are able to do. Your willpower is strong. All these are interconnected with the chanchal or achal vritti. So, achal vritti is a great achievement. What does this Yuri Geller do? He is able to concentrate his mind. Concentrate. And a time comes when it is fully concentrated. And he says, stop, and it stops. You see, the clocks, the watches, even though they are in your purse or at your home, the hands of the clock stop moving. How does it happen? Concentration is such a power. It can do miracles. So, like what do the laser rays do? The concentrated light, very powerful. The light can scatter away in the form of beams or rays. But if these rays are concentrated into one, most of them, then it forms a concentrated form. We very often give the example of a lens, and we say just put a piece of paper below the lens and concentrate the rays of the sun, and the piece of paper after some time begins to burn. You can see a flame, a smoke coming out. How does it happen? The light of the sun was already there, but you have been able to get it concentrated. There is a center, and there are circles and circles round about it. Concentric circles. But you concentrate. You, instead of having those circles around that center, you just have your whole energy on that particular center, that pinpoint. Baba therefore says, Bindu lagao, Bindu. 3 bindus, 3 stops, he says. The soul is a point of light, God is a point of light, and you just apply your mind and do concentration. So if you use drama also to stop your mind, then you are able to concentrate. No one has given these 3 formulas for concentration. There are people elsewhere teaching various kinds of meditation. What do? They say, imagine to your mind a lotus flower. Can you see the lotus flower? The lotus flower is actually not there. But you just draw a picture of the lotus flower in your mind because you have already seen it. If not practically, then in pictures. And I asked somebody, some boy, little boy, have you ever seen a lion? He said yes. I said, from very close angle? He said, just near me. I saw the lion. I said, where was it? He said, in the TV. You see. So I said, that is possible, that you could have done. Otherwise, you are a person who is so much afraid even of rat, and you say that you saw the lion just nearby. You could not have survived, you see, if the lion was there within your few steps distance. So they say, just imagine to yourself that lotus flower. Just think of nothing else but the leaves of that lotus, its color, its tenderness, its very mild fragrance, so on and so forth. This is how they teach concentration. Why should I concentrate my mind on lotus unnecessarily? What will I gain? Why not go to the market and have a lotus? Yoga with the Supreme. And instead of having that kind of concentration, then they say, all right, think of a candle flame. There is a candle. Don't see the candle. There is a flame. You see only the flame, not the candle. And in the flame, in the center, do you see something, a piece of thread which is burning? Don't see it. See only the light. Okay, I do it. See that light, nothing else. Don't think of anything. So I feel very happy that today I was able to concentrate on a flame of candle's light for say 4 minutes, 5 minutes. What does it mean? I myself am a flame. Shiv Baba is a flame. Why not concentrate on it? That will give me something, bliss, peace, love. It will give me a new experience. So this achal vritti instead of chanchal vritti, you see, this kind of thing is possible only because Baba has given us. Now if the God were omnipresent, as they say, God is omnipresent. What do you mean by concentration? In yoga, what do you mean by concentration? If God is omnipresent, let the mind go anywhere it likes, because God is everywhere. Let me think of Delhi Shakti Nagar, you see, because God is there also. Why should I concentrate here on God, on the picture behind me, you see, or on Shiv Baba in Paramdham? Because God is everywhere. So if God were everywhere, how would you practice yoga? The very concept of God you are giving is wrong. That won't allow me to concentrate. And if it doesn't allow me to concentrate, how can I have yoga? My mind will fritter away all its energy. It will run helter-skelter, this direction, that direction. It will not stop at any particular place. This is not yoga, this is Vyoga. Vyoga means separation. You are deviating from God rather than concentrating on God. So, how you test a particular branch of knowledge, a philosophy, a theology, any concept which is given to you in any institution, you should also see its practical aspect. If God were omnipresent, okay, even if as a theory it were correct, practically it does not apply. How does it help me? I can't become a yogi if God is everywhere, you see. But Baba told us God is a point of light. So now if you concentrate, your mind will be full of tremendous power. Because this is the minutest thing, the infinitesimal thing. There can be no smaller point than God. You see, it is invisible to the naked eye, and it is invisible. It is very difficult to understand it even by mind. Those whose mind is not pure, they will not be able to see a point of light. They will see in their mind something round, you see. But then they will think it is not point, it is bigger than a point. Okay, let me reduce, make it smaller. Then I make smaller. But God is not even this, He is smaller than that. So I again reduce it, go on reducing it, you see. You can make it the minimum size, the infinitesimal size, only when your own mind is so subtle, so clear, your line is clear. You don't have your physical consciousness of the body and physical relatives. Then your mind becomes so sharp, its grasp becomes so sharp that you are able to see with your mind clearly the practical, the actual Supreme Being, you see. Therefore they say, some of them, it is incomprehensible. It is abstract, you see. How should we think of it? We can think of it because He is our Father. If we can think of ourselves, why not of God? That is our own real nature. We also are points of light. But that is possible only when we become pure of mind. Very, very pure. No malice, no prejudice, no bad quality in ourselves. The more we purify ourselves, then only we become nearer to God. We are able to have a link with Him and to experience Him. So this is very essential. This is the climax of meditation. If we want to have that karmatit avastha, karmatit stage, the most powerful stage, Bhava says you can't be in that karmatit stage for a long time because mind again gives up that state and goes this way, that way. That is possible by practice and by behad ka vairagya. Without these two, you can't have that ekagrata, ekagra-vritti. When you are not concerned with the whole wide world, where will your mind go except on God? So the way of concentrating your mind on God is that you have a behad ka vairagya, dispassion. They call it disinterestedness. I don't think it is disinterestedness because we are interested in the world. We want to change it into golden age and we want world sovereignty. So how do we say we are disinterested? Vairag perhaps to me is not disinterestedness. It is dispassion. We are not drawn by it, not attracted to it. That is our state of mind. And this enables us to have what we say ekagra-vritti, achal-vritti, the opposite of chanchal. Om Shanti. Earlier I was talking of vrittis. So I thought that instead of continuing that topic, because it might have been boring for you, JAGDISH BHAI always starts with vrittis, you see. So I thought I begin with something new. What do you say? Should I first complete the vrittis, or you wish something new to be done? Vrittis, so I should finish. But I also wanted to take about yoga, because Baba has very often been saying that the quality of our yoga should improve. We are not in deep meditation, whereas Baba has been asking us to have intense and deep meditation. So how to have that kind of experience was another subject. But if you want me to continue with vrittis, okay, I have many papers with me, many prescriptions you can say. So I take that one which is mentioned about vrittis. Already I had talked about many vrittis, and there are some left. One of them is a seva vritti. Seva vritti. The intention, the motive to serve. Suppose someone prepares food in the kitchen, whether it be in the kitchen at home or kitchen here. See, now there are many kinds of attitudes one can have. There are many alternatives. One is that we think that it is our duty, we have to do, because some work is assigned to everyone and this has been assigned to us. So we think that as a duty-bound person, we have to do our work well. This is an attitude. Another attitude is, oh, for so many years I have been preparing food in kitchen. Is it the only work I will continue with? There should be some change. How long I will do this? There are others also, they don't do this, and again they ask me to do it. So I considered it as a burden. This is another attitude. The third is that I consider it as a seva, service. We are establishing golden age, and Baba says, Jaisa Anna Vaisa Man. As the food, so are our thoughts. So if I prepare the food while being in meditation, while remembering Shiv Baba, it will purify the thoughts or the mind of others. So if I consider it as a great service which I will be doing, I can think that my day starts with good service. Before others have started their service, mine is the first, because unless and until they take the breakfast, they can't do anything else. First of all, they have to fill their belly, you see. Pehle pet puja, phir kaam duja, you see. They say first of all, we must eat something, then only we can do other things. Empty stomach we cannot. So, if I consider it as a valuable service, I am contributing my own little mite to Baba's service. So that is one of the other attitudes. Now this kind of attitude, service. Baba says not only this kind of thing, but all whatever you do. Even when Baba would give toli to someone, look at someone, it should be service, not merely an action, looking at others. When you look at others, if your drishti is powerful and you are in meditation, so the other one will get detached from the body. So that is also a service. When you give something to someone, if you think that it is an act of service, not a single act of Baba was without service. You can see the senior Dadis, Dadi Janki for example. Whenever she meets somebody, whatever she says, it is for service. Every breath of life, every act of hers is devoted to service. So service, service, service. Baba says, I am world server. मैं आप बच्चों का सेवक हूँ. Politicians say we are servants, public servants. But you know what they mean actually. They want the whole public to serve them, actually. And they only say that they are public servants. But we are actually doing the real service, cleaning the whole world of evils. Let there not be a single evil left in the body, in the world, and then let golden age start. It is the greatest service that one can ever do. We are devoted to that kind of service. Service. When you play something, tennis for example, when you first throw the ball into the court of others, you say, let us do service. Service, the word service is used in many ways. When you send your vehicle to someone's garage, you say, my vehicle has gone for service, you see. But this kind of service, this is real service, the attitude of service, that we are world service. And unless and until we have the motive of service, we cannot have humility. Humility comes when you think we are your most obedient servant. During the British rule, everyone in India was the tradition. Even the highest officer of the British Raj, while signing a letter, at the end would write, your most obedient servant. They didn't feel that they are doing something which is out of humiliation, that they are bending too low. No. We are your most obedient servant. And Baba says, a father is always the most obedient servant of his children. If you ask a person why he does work all the day long, all through the year, all through his life, he will say, अरे भाई बाल बच्चेदार आदमी हूँ, बच्चों की सेवा करनी है. I have to work for my children, he says. I have to work for my children. He thinks he must have something as lay-by in the banks, so that when he is physically no more, they can have something from the banks. They depend upon something, on the ancestral property. He wants to leave something to them. So all through his life he does work to earn, to make money. Why? He says, for the children. So he leaves everything, the building he makes, the vehicles he has, all other things which he has gathered together for the sake of the children. So therefore it is justified to say that a father is the servant of the children, you see. And Baba, the highest one, the holiest one, look, he also says, I am your most obedient servant. My beloved children, I am your most obedient servant. Why I have come from such a far off distance to serve you, to take you out of the quagmire of these evils, this Maya, this whirl of Maya in which you have been caught up very badly, because else you can't be liberated. In order to do this service, which I alone can do, I have done. This kind of service. They say it's in history that Akbar, a Mughal king, Akbar, there are many things between Akbar and Birbal, Akbar said to Birbal and Birbal said to Akbar, you see. These kinds of dialogues are recorded. Akbar had been telling Birbal, I want to become a Brahmin. Birbal, I want to become a Brahmin. How can I become a Brahmin? He said, "My Lord, I'll let you know. Give me some time." He always wanted some time. He was a very clever fellow, because if he immediately gave some rude reply and the king was shocked, he would be no more. He would lose his life. You see. So he wanted to think, to apply his mind what to say. So he said, "Give me some time." "Okay, have your time. I am not in a hurry. How long you will take? Maybe after a week or so, you let me know how I can become a Brahmin." And then one day they say, you see, he got a model of the son of Akbar made. You see, looked like the son of Akbar. And the king used to go for an evening walk by the side of river Jamna. And Birbal also went there for a walk. And with him was that model, which looked exactly like the son of King Akbar. And then when he saw that king is coming, Akbar is coming, he threw the model in the river, and that began to sink, you see, go down to the bottom of the river. The king thought that it was his prince, crown prince. So he ran very fastly and jumped into the river to save his son, you see. There was a retinue of servants with Akbar. He had many courtiers with him. He had many wealthy advisors with him, wise people with him, who were also going with him for a walk, because kings do not go alone on such occasions. So he didn't ask anyone to save his son. On the other hand, he jumped into the fray, into the river, to save the king. He did not care even for his own life, for whatever good dress he was wearing. He just jumped into the river. Now actually it was not his son, looked like son. It was an imitation son, not the real one, you see. So then when he took it out, he saw that it was a model, not the real one. So he just asked Birbal, "Why you did like that? You know I jumped into the river. You should have told me why you did like that. Why you did like that?" And besides the question how I can become Brahmin, he used to say, "You Hindus have blind faith. You say God comes. At the time of highest irreligiousness, God himself comes. Why should God come? God is almighty. He can be there wherever he is. From there he can command the angels to do whatever he wants to be done. Why should he personally come on earth when he has so many competent people to carry out his orders? What need is there that he himself should come?" This was also a question. So he said, "My Lord, you had asked some question, and in order to answer your question, I had sought time. And now today I wanted to give you the answer." He said, "To which question and what answer?" He said, "You had been asking me, why does God incarnate? परमात्मा का अवतरण क्यों होता है? Why does God himself come on earth when others could do for him whatever he wanted?" "Sir, you had a retinue of servants, military people and policemen and other people. You could have asked any one of them to jump into the river and to save your son. Why you yourself did it? Because you loved your son and you did not wait. Otherwise your son will get drowned. So because of that you jumped yourself, not minding even your own safety and without waiting to order anybody else. So also when this world is full of sorrow, of misery, and there is great irreligiousness, God does not ask Ibrahim, Buddha, Muhammad and others, to go and save the humankind. He himself comes, you see. He himself comes because we are his beloved children. He loves us so much. We are just up to here, And when only very little part of ourselves is left, if he did not come even at that time, we will be drowned. Lutiya doob jayegi. Nothing will be left. So he has to come, you see. And therefore he comes, he rushes up. This is the answer I wanted to give you. He said, now I understand. God is compassionate. He has Raham. He is merciful. And he being merciful, in order to save his beloved children from further deterioration, degeneration and downfall, he himself comes. For service, he himself comes. Therefore, Baba says it with justification that he is the most obedient servant of his beloved children. You see, Baba says, you must have seen certain naughty children, very naughty children, just trying to get over the head of the father and trying to play with the mustaches of the father. And the father does not feel very badly about it, does not become angry. On the other hand, feels very happy that my child is, doing something to my mustaches, Child is child, and the parents are happy to see the child, even if they are doing some things which are churlish, not in good taste. So, we do certain things which Baba has been forbidding us, asking us not to do. Still, he does not give up his attitude of service. Again and again he says, day and night. I remember when we were with Baba, when he was in Sakar form, he won't be able to sleep the whole night. And in the morning when you meet him and say, Baba, have you taken proper rest? He will say, no. How can I rest? You children only rest, you see. Mere mathe par maamla hai, Baba would say. I have problems to face. The whole world has to be changed. So this is the task before me. How can I sleep? The message has to reach every corner of the world, you see. And it has just trickled only. Only in few drops it has gone. Many children are yet deprived of Baba's message. So how the message should reach the farthest corner of the world, to all the people, so that not a single child is left whom this invitation has not gone, who has not come to know that Baba has come. His father, whom he was invoking, he has come. So invitation should be delivered to all of them. And Shiv Baba showed many scenes in divine visions to Sandeshis, to those who went in trance, as to how some human beings were left ultimately in this world drama, whom the message had not reached. And Baba himself personally had to go to deliver that message. Not a single child should be left. So also we should have that kind of enthusiasm, earnestness, zeal in our life. We are messengers, we are crusaders. We have to give the message to everyone. Not a single one should be left. We have to do this service. So, my serviceable children, Baba would say, it's a great qualification. Serviceable children, sevadari bacche. Nowadays we have so many sevadaris in Madhuban and also sevadaris everywhere, you see. Just as there are non-dhari Sikh and there are other dhari, you see. Similarly also sevadari. But real sevadari, who have in their mind all the time this kind of thought, how they should be devoted to service. Our every drop of blood, every bone should be for service. We have to become the Dichi Rishi. Baba would say, Haddi Seva. What does Haddi Seva mean? Dadi Janki also very often says Haddi Seva. Haddi Seva. Haddi means bone. What do you mean by Haddi Seva? You should be so tired, so fatigued, and you should spend every drop of your blood for service so that only the bones are left, you see. And that bones also pain. You are fatigued to such an extent, you see, that your bones, now only your muscles get tired, you see. Maybe you feel a little bit headache at the most, but your every bone should pain. Not pain in that sense, in the medical sense, but pain means you should do so much service, so much service, so much service. Let this body not go waste. Let it be utilized for the benefit of the whole mankind, for the service. You must have heard the story of the Dichi Rishi, how the deities went to him and asked him to give his bones so that they can make weapons and can kill the devils. And he offered, yes, you can have even my bones, you see. To give the bones is not an easy task. Even when a person has a small fracture, you just ask him how much pain he feels, you see. This kind of service. So this vritti, this kind of an attitude of service, it makes us surrender. What do we mean by surrender? Surrender for what? Seva. Seva. Bin seva meva nahi. This not this meva, kishmish and badam, you see. That property, the one you get in golden age, that meva. This meva can be had from any departmental store. You can get it, no problem. Then prafulla vritti. Prafulla vritti. Blossomed mind, like a flower. A flower, a blossoming flower. Baba says you have to become a flower from a thorn. A thorn causes pains to others, but a flower gives fragrance, good smell. It is smiling. It has very tender leaves. It has very colorful looks, you see. It is beautiful to look at. You feel refreshed when you see the flowers. You are the flowers. Baba says, my flowers. The flowers of the garden of Allah. Bhagwan ka baghicha. You are the flower of those flowers. So our mind should always be in full bloom, blossoming fully. We should not be having even a small trace of sadness, sorrowfulness. We are happy, we are very happy, some people say, but there is one thing which is lacking, which we have not been able to attain. That should not be there. Fully happy, knowledgeful, peaceful, blissful, loveful. Baba is full of everything. Similarly, we should be blossoming fully. The rose, the bud of our mind, should be blossoming fully. Very fragrant, always giving good smell, not doing disservice, not talking ill of others, not defaming others, because it is stabbing one in the back. If you just complain and talk ill of other people during their absence, it is just like stabbing in their back, you see. It is also a kind of murder we commit. And in Bhakti Marg, they are very particular about it. They say you should not talk ill of others when they are not present. You see, even in Parliament, If you talk about anyone and that person does not belong to the house of commons or of lords, he is absent, he is not a member, so you speak about him, that defenseless man, he can't answer your charges. You allege so many things against him, but he has no one to protect him. You are doing something unparliamentary. It is wrong. It is not like civilized people, high-class people, noble people. Similarly, if you want to say anything, say in his presence, you see. First of all, speak to the person. And if you want to speak to others also, speak it in their presence, so that if they want to say something in reply, let them have a chance. Even the court gives the chance to the criminal. If the criminal cannot reply the charges, let him have an advocate. And if he is poor enough he can't pay for the advocate, the government pays on his behalf the legal aid he can get. You can get a legal counsel from the government. The government will pay the taxpayer. But this is the natural justice. The natural justice is everyone must be given a chance to prove himself crimeless, that it is not his fault, he didn't do it. Otherwise it is no justice, it is travesty of justice. Wrong things, you know. But very often we do certain things which are the opposite of it. So, blossoming means not having all these kind of malice, you know, prejudice, bias, having something in our vision which is a bad thing, you know, about others, looking at the potholes, looking at the negative side of certain things. Every person, even the ugliest, has a beauty. Look at that. And then only you can be happy, fully happy. You can't be fully happy unless until you are happy with others, with whom you mix, whom you see, with whom you have to deal. If they do something which you feel hurts you, then how can you be happy? Fully happy. Baba says kapari khushi. Kapari khushi. What is kapari khushi? There are many kinds of khushi. Joy, happiness. Kapari khushi. From here to here. You see. Like a thermometer at its breaking point. Someone having 108 temperature. You see. So that the thermometer will break. The mercury will come out. So also, you see, our happiness should be of such extent. Kapari khushi. So this is what we should have, the vritti. When we have the positive attitude towards everyone, he is a beloved one of God. Let him progress. Let him go forward. I wish him well. You see. Whatever he may be, it is up to him. I love him. You see. God bless him. Hey Prabhu, iski buddhi ka bhi tala kholo. Open the lock of this person. You see. Have good wishes for everyone. Then only we can have prafullit vritti. Very important vritti. Very, very happy. Thank you. Om Shanti.